I'm Rebecca, a 42-year-old stepmom who never thought I would find myself in a situation like this. My husband Mark is a successful businessman, always glued to his phone or buried in work. While I appreciate his dedication, it often leaves me feeling neglected and alone. As the days turned into weeks, I found myself longing for companionship and intimacy, craving the affection that had slowly faded from our relationship. The nights felt especially lonely when I'd hear Mark's footsteps echoing through the house as he retreated to his study, leaving me in the silence of our once vibrant home. I missed the thrill of romance, the warmth of a tender embrace, and the excitement of being desired. My thoughts wandered to my stepson Jake, a handsome 24-year-old who had recently moved back home after finishing college. Jake had always been respectful and polite, but there was an undeniable chemistry between us. He had grown into a striking young man, and I found myself stealing glances at him, my heart racing whenever our eyes met. I knew it was wrong, but the more I pushed those feelings away, the stronger they became. One afternoon, after a long day of waiting for Mark to come home, I decided to change my clothes. As I caught my reflection in the mirror while slipping on a silk robe, I sighed, wishing for the days when I felt desired and beautiful. Just then, I heard the door creak open. It was Jake returning home unexpectedly. "Hey, Rebecca," he said casually, a bright smile lighting up his face as he entered. My heart raced as I quickly grabbed my robe to cover up, but it was too late. Jake's eyes widened slightly as he took in the sight of me. "Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt," he stammered, his gaze lingering on me a moment too long. "It's fine," I said, trying to play it cool. "I was just changing." I could feel a flush creeping up my cheeks as we stood there in an awkward silence, the air thick with spoken tension. I could sense a shift between us, an electric current that was hard to ignore. Jake shifted his weight from one foot to the other, his eyes flicking back to me as if he were debating something in his mind. I should probably go," he finally said, taking a step back toward the door. "Wait," I called out softly. "You don't have to leave, we can talk." He hesitated, his gaze searching mine. The desire bubbling beneath the surface felt palpable, and I knew I had to take a chance. "Jake, I've been feeling a bit lonely lately. It's hard being here without Mark around. I know we haven't really connected like we could," he replied quietly. "I get it," he continued with a low voice. "It's been weird with him being so busy all the time." Taking a deep breath and feeling bold, I suggested, "What if we spent some time together, just the two of us?" To my surprise, a smile broke across his face. "I'd like that." As if drawn by an invisible force, I stepped closer until we were just inches apart. My heart raced as I could feel the warmth radiating from his body, the chemistry between us undeniable. "Jake, I wanted to be honest with him. I've thought about you more than I should." "Me too," he admitted, stepping closer with nervous excitement evident in his voice. In that moment, all my fears faded away as I leaned in and captured his lips with mine. The kiss was tentative at first, but quickly deepened, igniting a fire within me that I hadn't felt in years. His hands found their way to my waist, pulling me closer as we melted into each other, breaking the kiss. Breathless and exhilarated, I murmured softly, "This is so wrong." "Maybe," he replied huskily, with desire coursing through him. Before I could think about the consequences any longer, I pulled him back into another kiss, my fingers tangling in his hair as our kiss turned more passionate with every touch, sending shivers down my spine. As we broke apart again, looking into each other's eyes revealed a mix of excitement and fear reflected back at us. "Are we really doing this?" I whispered, feeling breathless and uncertain, yet thrilled by what was happening between us. "Yes," he said firmly, gripping my hand tightly as if reassuring me. "I want this, Rebecca. I've wanted you for so long." With those words emboldening me further, I stepped back slightly and took his hand, leading him toward the bed. It felt surreal yet exhilarating as we sat on its edge, leaning closer again, where our lips met urgently once more. Jake's hands roamed over my body, exploring every curve as passion ignited within me. Every kiss felt like an awakening, a rediscovery of desires long buried beneath layers of routine and neglect. My fingers traced along his jawline while gazing into his eyes, seeing nothing but raw longing mirrored back at me made my heart race even faster than before. "Let not hold back," I said breathlessly, feeling exhilarated by my own boldness. With a nod, he leaned in again kissing me deeply while pressing against me, his body hot and eager beneath mine, with newfound confidence surging through me, slowly pushing him back onto the bed while straddling him felt liberating. Kissing him with urgency made both our hearts race faster than ever before, as every moment seemed electric, every touch igniting flames of passion that consumed us both entirely until nothing else mattered anymore except for this connection we shared together amidst whispered promises filled with desire echoing softly around us. Suddenly, though, just as things began heating up between us, a sudden ring at the doorbell jolted me from my blissful state, pulling reality crashing down around us like waves against rocks. Panic surged through me at what this could mean for us. What was that? My voice trembled slightly as dread filled my chest, while Jake looked equally alarmed beside me, realizing what it could potentially mean for our secret rendezvous. "It's probably your husband," Jake said, wide-eyed, glancing toward where the sound had come from. "Mark wasn't supposed to be home for hours." Panic rose within me, scrambling to fix myself before Mark arrived home unexpectedly. "I couldn't let him find out. Quick, we have to hitch," Jake urgently, glancing toward the door while we jumped up frantically, trying to put ourselves back together. Just as we managed to get somewhat presentable, I heard Mark's voice coming from down the hallway, calling out cheerfully, "Rebecca, are you home?" Mark called out, sounding cheerful yet oblivious to what had just transpired between us. My heart raced even faster now, feeling guilt wash over me like ice-cold water, cascading down my spine while trying desperately not to let any signs of panic show on my face. "Yeah, I'm in the bedroom." My voice came out shaky despite trying hard not to sound anxious, while glancing at Jake, who looked just as flustered as I felt inside. "Stay quiet," I whispered urgently, hoping against hope that Mark wouldn't suspect anything amiss, while Jake nodded quickly, slipping into the closet just as Mark walked through the door, wearing that familiar smile which made everything feel even more surreal. As Mark entered, catching sight of me sitting there, trying desperately not to betray any hint of what had just happened moments before, I forced myself into casual conversation, asking how his day went while feeling guilty about everything swirling around us like storm clouds ready to burst. Mark entered, smiling brightly, asking how my day was going, sounding cheerful despite seeing right through all this tension hanging thickly between us. It felt suffocating yet exhilarating at once, knowing what lay hidden beneath layers upon layers upon layers of normally surrounding us both. As evening progressed, sharing casual conversation on couch made it harder not thinking about Jake. The electric connection we had shared earlier igniting fires deep within, making every heartbeat feel louder than ever before. A few days later, while Mark was out again for another late-night meeting, I found myself alone at home, consumed with memories flooding back from last encounter, making heart race wildly inside chest, wanting nothing more than relive those moments. Again, deciding on taking long, relaxing bath seemed like perfect solution, easing tension, hoping it would help calm racing thoughts swirling endlessly through mind. I lit candles, filling tub warm water, letting steam envelop around body, soothing muscles aching from stress as so lost track time, drifting thoughts back towards Jake, the way hands explored body, passion igniting every nerve ending, sending shivers zing through veins until suddenly soft KN echo door jolting, senses alive again, making pulse quicken wildly inside chest. Heart skipped beat quickly, wrapping towel around myself, opening door, revealing Jake standing there, looking mischievous, grin lighting up face, making everything else fade away. "Hey," he said casually, stepping inside bathroom, closing door behind him, creating bubble intimacy surrounding us both. My breath hitched watching him Slowly undress, revealing toned physique, making every part ache, wanting touch. Explore heat radiating off skin so close. Now a slip tub beside me, warm water. Enveloped, creating atmosphere charged. Anticipation exchanged nervous glances. Before lips collided, heated kiss. Splashing water around us, melting into each other, losing ourselves moment completely with kisses deepening, filled hunger, desire, lost track, time outside world fading away, exploring desires. Entwined together, bodies moving rhythmically, igniting flames burning brightly between us until suddenly sound, front door echoed, house pulling, reality crashing down around us, jolting senses. Alive, it's again, making hearts race wildly, marks home, panic rose within me, scrambling out tub, quickly drying off, throwing clothes on, desperately trying make ourselves presentable before heard. Footsteps approaching, bathroom door, just finished adjusting hair when heard Mark's voice call out again, sounding casual yet filled dread, knowing chaos unfolding behind closed doors. We hurriedly dried off, slipping clothes on, exchanging worried glances, knowing tension palpable between both of us, waiting anxiously until finally heard Mark walk past, allowing sigh relief. Escape, lips momentarily forgetting chaos surrounding lives right now, but just then something shifted inside heart, knowing whatever happening between Jake and me was something deeper than either expected, a connection forged through moments filled passion, desire, leaving both breathless, yearning for more despite consequences looming overhead, threatening everything built thus far. Stay tuned for more captivating stories filled with passion and unexpected twists. Don't forget to like and subscribe.